evening, Internet. Traveling Shroom here. Sorry for the video quality. I didn't bring a camera or lights with me, but the show must go on. And tonight I'm doing something that I've done the last couple of streams. I don't normally do it, but I'm playing a deck that I played very recently because this deck is so much fun and I love it so much, and I think it's actually good, and because it got some great pieces from Through the Omenpaths. So the champion of Anthems is back for round 3. Let's take a look. Alright, so the champion of Anthems is a Naya tokens deck. So you're going to see a lot of the familiar tokens cards you see here, like cards like Carrot Cake and Caretaker Talent. Caretaker's Talent, obviously, like the main engine of any token deck in Standard right now. The main shtick about this deck is that we are fully capitalizing on all of the 2-mana Anthems that exist in Standard. 2 Anthems, just so much less than the 3 mana that it normally costs for Anthems, and by leveraging all of these 2 mana Anthems, we really can build an overwhelming board that's highly resistant to sweepers, and that just can really take over the game with an amazing tide of super pumped up weenies. So the champions we're talking about are, of course, Anthem champions, 2 mana for an Anthem, and the Lumen-Class Frigate is another 2 mana Anthem. We have to station it, tap 2 power worth of creatures as a sorcery, but that's not going to be too hard to do with all of the tokens that we create and with all of our other Anthems. Usually this is going to mean we just tap 1 token once to activate the Anthem mode. So that's the real power of the deck, is the fact that we have these 2 mana Anthems, and we're going all in on them. We've got 4 copies of both of them. We have one other Anthem in War Leader's Call, which is really great with like mobilized creatures and tokens, but it's 3 mana is more than we want to spend for our Anthems. We really want to spend 2. That's the reason why we built this deck to begin with. So how are we going to create tokens? Well, we're starting with our 1-drop of Paw Patch Recruit, which is replacing Descendant of Storms. Just one of the best 2-drops in Standard that can put tokens on our stuff when it gets targeted with removal. It also can create a token if you kick it for 3 to do the Offspring effect of it. So great 1-drop that also produces tokens. At the 2-drop slot, we've of course got our Carrot Cake. We've got Voice of Victory, which is just an amazing 2-drop for any white deck, really. Shuts down instant speed play for our opponents, or play during our turn, so no counter spells. And of course it creates 2 tokens, which whenever it attacks, which are going to be beefed up by all of our Anthems. So very good creature for this deck. We've got the Caretaker's Talent. We've got 1 Windcrag Siege, which we're going to choose Jeskai for this. It's an enchantment for 3 mana that sits on the battlefield, and at the beginning of each upkeep it creates a 1/1 red and green goblin token with lifelink and haste. So this is just a way that we can automatically get triggers off of our Caretaker's Talent. It's just a permanent that produces these tokens for us each and every turn, which is something we want to like set up an automated sort of factory of token creation. And then, of course, like we've got 4 Fountain Ports in our mana base as well. In some ways, this is like the best card in our deck. We're so dependent on tokens. We have so much synergy with tokens with all of our Anthems and card draw and stuff that we just need the 4 Fountain Ports. We really do, even though we're a 3-color deck. So there could be some mana color difficulties here and there, but on the whole, it's worth it to get this 4 copies of Fountain Port into our deck. And then, what are the pieces from Through the Omenpaths that I was speaking of? Well, we've got Ademi of the Silkchutes here, which is fantastic for this deck, really. 2 mana for a 3/2 flash, already pretty good. It can pay 1 mana to get itself flying, so it can be an evasive attacker, but most importantly, for 1 mana you can sack it. Creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructible until the end of the turn. So this is just like, it can be a 1 mana heroic intervention if it's already on the battlefield to protect all of our tokens from sweepers, and that's the real power of this card. You're going to see it be playing in a lot in white decks, because I love protecting my creatures in white decks, and it's great for this deck, because we might have a whole board of weenies that are all being super beefed up by all of our Anthems. Ademi just protects them all. The other card from Omenpaths that we're trying is Remarkable Readings. This is kind of taking the place of Elspeth. We're lower to the ground than we used to be. Our curve tops out on 4 now with this card. It's an enchant land for 4 mana. When this aura enters, create 3 1/1 green and white human citizen creature tokens. So that's great. It like just creates 3 tokens right off the bat. This is kind of replacing Hop to it for us as well. The enchanted land has, for 1, you tap it, target creature gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn for each creature you control, which can be a very, very large number. Unfortunately, you have to do this as a sorcery, but still, I think that like the fact that it gives you 3 tokens from the get-go, and it only costs 2 to do this, it really will make combat a nightmare, because like, yeah, like they see the 1 token that you're gonna beef up, so like they have to block that token when you attack, because it's going to be, it's going to get a huge bump to its stats because of this land. That means that they can't block your Voice of Victory, they can't block your, Ademi, your other more important creatures, your Paw Patch recruits, as they have to block this one random token that you're beefing up. And it's just a way that you can close out the game with this deck as well, just creating a huge attacker that has to be dealt with while the rest of your creatures get unscathed. I just think this card is going to be good. So this is the top of our curve. We've removed all of our mana dorks we were running. We're down to 23 lands, no mana dorks, and this is our top end. And then we just got some interaction to make sure that we survive long enough to execute our plan. We've got a Seam Rip, we've got Lightning Helix, we've got a couple of Get Lost, and we've got a couple of Rights, and so a good like swath of removal, varied removal, all of which is very strong. And then, you know, another really important card for this that I mentioned during the token creation is Frontline Rush. This is a good part of the reason why we're playing red, where we could just be playing Selesnya, is because of this card. For 2 mana, instant speed, creates 2 tokens. Like, you could just play Resolute Reinforcements if you didn't want to play red, but I think red is worth playing for the World Leaders Call to Siege. And the other mode on this is just to give a creature plus X to the end of the turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Again, it's a super Howl from Beyond that can just close out the game in 1 attack. So I feel like red is really worth adding to this deck for Lightning Helix, for these other pieces, even though we don't strictly speaking need it. So total 23 lands on the deck. We've got our Fountain Ports. That's really all the like tech we can spare. Because we have like Selesnya in our mana base, we do have a fair number of slow lands, and our mana base can be a little bit on the painful side. We just have to hope that the Magic Gods are a little kind to us with our mana, because these Fountain Ports can screw us over, color screw us from time to time. We also have a 1 of Dalkoven Encampment, by the way, in the mana base for a little more token creation from the sideboard, from the mana base. The sideboard includes a Fire Magic and 2 Split Ups as sweepers against, you know, weenie decks or like mid-range decks, respectively. We've got a couple of exercises against artifacts and enchantments, mid-range decks that have those big creatures. One Braid as good removal against cheap creatures and artifacts. Heritage Reclamation hits artifacts, enchantments, and the graveyard to a degree. Got a couple of Clarion Conquerors to shut down like Planeswalkers, all kinds of activated abilities in the format. Seam Rip and Torch the Tower offer us more 1 mana removal from matchups where that's good. 2 Rest in Peace will join the Heritage Reclamation as our graveyard hate. We got Lightning Helix number 3 in the sideboard for a little more survivability against aggro decks. So that is round 3 of Champion of Anthems. I think the addition of Ademi is going to be huge for this deck, and I think round Remarkable Readings is going to be great as well. So I'm excited to try out this lower to the ground, streamlined Elspeth list version of the deck, which now leans even more heavily on our Anthems. We just gotta be disciplined and not board out our Anthems like too many of them all the time. Anyway, let's get into some matches on the ladder. And if you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Jishua will be our first opponent, with round 3 of the Champion of Anthems will be on the play. Okay, turn 2 Voice of Victory seems pretty good. With a second copy in our hand, we'll keep. We'll need to find red mana, but we can do so. Okay, Orzhov it is. We'll grab our planes. Okay, more green mana. We prefer the red variety, please, deck. Hinterland Sanctifier. Okay, so life gain. It's tempting to just bolt this bunny. Let's attack. They block. I think we'll play Dalkoven Encampment. Play another Voice of Victory. So, drawing some Anthems is what we'd like to do at this point. We've got 9 Anthems in our main board. Johnny's Pride Mates. It's gonna get big. So we're just gonna get lost that now, I think. Okay, there's an Anthem. Darn it. I think, though, we have to just get lost the Pride Mate. So it can't kill our Voice of Victory when we attack. I do hate giving that deck these maps, but I also hate them having like a 10-10. I mean, if they spend 2 of their mana like cracking maps on their bunny, tribute to hunger. Alright, they gain 3 life. Another Sanctifier. Okay, there's a Sacred Foundry, that's very good. We'll play this untapped. Play our Anthem. We'll play Windcrag Siege on Jeskai. We do have a Rustus Prairie in our mana base too. I think I did not mention that, but it's a good creature land for this deck. Dazzling Angel is another Soul Sister. It's a 2/3 flying Angel Soul Sister. Okay, does not go up to a 3/4, thankfully. It's just, no, we just want to draw Anthems, like, for the rest of this game, pretty much. Okay, I'm kind of glad that they drew 2 cards off that, actually. Ride's End. Alright, I think we'll just fire up the Prairie. Get into huge attack. The Prairie gives +1/+1 to all of our tokens. They just take it. Okay, that's lethal. Alright. Taking down the life gain deck. So they're a bunch of weenies, is what they are. So give me Seam Rip. Like all of our cheap removal. Fire Magic, Torch the Tower, Abrade, Lightning Helix. Split Up. What we don't want is Get Lost, really. Pawpatch Recruit is terrible against them. I mean, it's not great. We'll keep maybe 1 in. Worldleader's Call is usually a good card to cut. We can cut 1 Voice of Victory. We'll cut 1 Ademi. We'll go down to 2 Voice of Victory. We'll cut 1 Frontline Rush. Let's try this. We're trying to resist cutting our Anthems, because Anthems are our shtick. Except for, like, Warleader's Call. We can cut that. Here we have all our colors. We have Get Lost. We do have a Carrot Cake and a Lumen-Class Frigate in Anthem. We'll try it. Okay, there's another Anthem, that's good. Play a tap land. Lightning Helix is excellent. Okay. So, I can just hold up Ademi, probably, or Lightning Helix. Pride Mate. Alright, we'll just bolt the Pride Mate. Fountain Port. Let's just Carrot Cake here. Do a little Scry and Fountain Port. Yeah, we'll keep land number 4. Sanguine Siphoner. And Authority of the Consuls. Okay. I don't have the white to play all this stuff. Let's see. I could play Ademi and the Lumen-Class frigates. I think I'll do that. Play the Lumen-Class frigate. Start stationing. Hold up Ademi. They have authority, so we won't be able to sucker them. Alright, enduring tenacity. I think that means we have to kill this thing. Alright, let's activate our Lumen-Class frigate. We'll play Champion of Anthems, so we can pop our carrot cake at instant speed. Fiendish Panda. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay. Alright, let's get a 3/3 bunny, get some life. Scry Sacred Foundry, we'll take it. Alright, what do we want to do here? Attack with our bunnies. Definitely. What else? I think we'll just play a tap land. Yeah, I don't think we want to shock. I'm a little concerned about our life total with their, with all their synergy. Hinterland. Blutskis. They have a Mortify. That card is legal in Standard? Wow, okay. So, yeah, they're pretty well set up. I'm probably gonna lose this one. It's possible we could... Do we want to make this a lifelinker? Tap 10. Then it becomes a 3/5 lifelinker. It's actually not bad. It has 11 of 12. Oh, geez. I guess I didn't count that very well. Yeah, I think this is not going to work out now. Okay. Well, yeah, the fact they have authority to the council really complicates this. Okay. Yeah, I think we're dead. I screwed up. I screwed up. Let's see if we can survive this turn. Not on my watch. Did you have a Mortify in hand? Yeah, so we're dead. Yeah, I totally screwed up. I didn't account for the authority of the consuls, so... We don't have exercise, which is really what we want against their board anyway. So let's get in the exercises, because those things get huge. We can totally win this. And we'll cut probably remarkable readings. I don't know, this get lost. I hate to get lost against them. Let's try this. That's a 0 lander. We'll keep this, sure. Bottom one of our frigates, I guess. This isn't a great hand, but we've got a couple of removal spells. It's better than a 0 lander. Alright, so this is a plains. Authority. Be nice to find an answer to that. Essence Channeler, okay. I'll play Ademi. Alright, we draw land. Get rid of the Essence Channeler. Attack. Yeah, that's really good against our Windcrag Siege. So it'd be nice to find an answer for that. Champion of Anthems. You know, I think we want to get this started, considering we have this Champion of Anthems. It really sucks with their authority, but once we get an Anthem going, and we have 2 of them, it'll be much better. Moment of Craving. Alright, we're gonna let this be tapped, I think. Or do we play this untapped? Yeah, let's get down our Anthems. We'll play this untapped on red. Play Champion of Anthems. Play a Lumen-Class Frigate. There's probably... Alright. Another frigate. Let's crew our frigate and play another frigate. Inspiring Overseer. Primate attacking. Will Ride's End. Okay. Seam Rip. There we go. Get rid of authority. So this one is already stationed 2. Station this one. Attack with the 4/4 lifelinker. Now we're producing 4/4 hasty lifelinkers every one of our upkeeps. Sanguine Siphoner. Looking to do some siphoning, but nothing to siphon here. Sunblessed Healer. This interest is kicked, return target non-land permanent. Okay. So let's just turn everything sideways. Gain 16 life. Tribute to Hunger. This is an old card too, right? Yeah, Foundations. Wow, there's a lot of good stuff in Foundations. I remember that card. Alright, we get another 4/4 lifelinker. Remarkable Readings. Put it on this land. Make a bunch more tokens. Attack with these tokens. Alright, they double block a token. Yeah, sure, that's fine. And that's game. Okay. Too many Anthems for the life gain deck. GG's. Spartacus, the Fervent. Spartacus. Will be on the play. We're lacking red mana. We have Ademi, we have an Anthem, we have Caretaker's Talent. We can keep this. Beat on the plains. Alright, I'm just gonna hold up Ademi here. Heartfire Immolator. 2/2 Prowess. For 1 red, sack this creature, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker. Okay. Alright, let's play this on red. Tapped. Play our Frigate. And crew it. Emberheart Challenger. Okay, they're just mono red, so yeah. Prowess. That's a lot of damage. Champion of Anthems. I think we're just gonna play our Siege, start getting our life-linking tokens going on. We'll block with Ademi. Oh hey, what's up, peepers? Manifold Mouse. Oh god. Right, they didn't ban this card. So what's getting double strike today? Emberheart Challenger, sure. Oh, they have another Manifold Mouse they can play? That's great. Okay, yeah, we'll trade for the Manifold Mouse. And feel lucky about that, actually. Another Manifold Mouse. Alright, we get a 2/2 lifelinker. There's no way I want to shock, right? No. I want to. It represents a net loss of 1 life. But that's assuming that they don't remove my goblin token. The Immolators in the starter deck? Yeah, it seems pretty good. I mean, that's always a dangerous ability, being able to fling, and prowess, of course. I'm really scared of shocking. Well, I know that I want to play this Caretaker's talent. I could just copy... Yeah, I think what I'll do is just copy the lifelinking token and draw a card. There we go. And now we have our engine set up where we draw cards every turn. We didn't have to shock. We got some lifelinkers on the board. Another Immolator. Okay, they're gonna sack their Immolator. Sacking both their Immolators. Wow. This combination of Windcrag, Siege, and Caretaker talent? Yeah, it's pretty gross. Alright, so this is pretty good here. I think we're just playing Anthem. And another talent. Copy this token again. Draw 2 cards. Oh, only 1, I guess, because I already triggered this. Yeah, I already triggered this on my upkeep. We've got 2 3/3 lifelinkers now. Against 2 manifold mice. There's a slick shot. And a slick shot. Frontline rush. Okay. What do we want to do here? We want to hold up Ride's End for the slick shot shell off for sure. I think what I want to do is play these remarkable readings, target our forest, make sure we have Ride's End mana held up. Yes. Make a bunch of tokens. Attack with a bunch of lifelinkers. 9 life. Play this tap land. Oh, the remarkable readings? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I just added it for this version. It's from Omenpaths. I think it's good. It's kind of my replacement for Hop Up in this build. And we don't care about these 3/3s. We'll throw them away, blocking these manifold mice if you have to. Lightning strike to the face. Alright. Rides in one of these slick shots. They didn't give their slick shot double strike? I don't get it. They could have not quite killed us, but very nearly killed us. Okay. Opponent's had enough. Oh, thanks. I really like this deck too. That's why I'm playing it for a 3rd time. But this is like a different version. Okay, so against aggro, we want Seam Rip, Torch the Tower, Abrade, Lightning Helix. Maybe we'll go one split up, one fire magic. Actually, fire magic is more for the, like, token decks. We'll just go double split up. Reading's a little slow. We're gonna cut War Leader's Call. We'll cut one Voice of Victory. So do we want to cut Get Lost is a question. Get Lost is really bad against mice, actually, with all of the Valiant creatures. I think we have to cut it. Frontline Rush? Let's try it like this. Alright, we could Paw Patch turn 1, I think we will. Yeah, this sounds pretty good. Lightning Helix is good, Ride's End is good. I guess we'll take a damage to Paw Patch. Yeah, the reason why in this deck we're really interested in 2-mana Anthems. That's kind of the whole shtick of this deck. Is because there's so many good 2-mana Anthems, which is actually kind of a rarity. So, do I shock? Yeah, I probably shock. There's Challenger. Alright, we will Helix one of these. Really not gaining all that much life off it, TBH. Okay, they have a combat trick. Alright, let's Carrot Cake, make a chump. Some scrying, split up? Yeah, split up's good. Play another hasty creature, please. But not one that will kill us. Yeah, just full on like Mardu, Mobilize with War Leader's Call is a good deck. I like that deck quite a bit. But that's a totally different deck than what we're doing here. Nova Hellkites. We're down to 1. Alright, we'll play that on... I don't know, maybe red. And see if we die here. Yep, okay. We just need to draw better, I guess. Maybe we want Paw Patch formation to gain 2 light. Nah, that's not worth it. I don't know. We just need to draw more of our early game removal, I think. We've got quite a bit. Maybe I'll add in the fire magic as well. Like, you think that, like, Get Lost is a card you should bring in. It really is not. It really is not a card you should bring in against a mouse deck. So I guess we'll cut one Lumen-Class Frigate. Try it like this. Okay, yeah. Torch the Tower, Helix, Split Up are all good spells. Play a tapped Sacred Foundry turn 1. Okay, no 1-drop from our opponent, that's good news. Picnic Ruiner. Whenever this creature attacks while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, if it has double strike, okay. Let's just Helix that. Another Helix. Alright. Manifold Mouse. Alright, let's Helix that. Might of the Meek is going to draw him a card. Alright, play our Lumen-Class Frigate. We will need some lands and, like, weenies at some point. Green mana also. White mana. Opponent suspends a Silkchutes show off. Emberheart Challenger. Silkchutes. Alright, there's the Might of the Meek. Alright, let's torch the Silkchutes. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Fortunately, we did get those helixes off. Alright, well, we're not drawing lands, so that kind of sucks. Guess we'll just get rid of this Emberheart Challenger. Okay, Fire Magic. The removal keeps coming, but not a land to even make a fish with. Seam Rip. Heartfire Immolator. Okay, there's a land. That's good. Just Seam Rip this Immolator. They can sack it to do 2 damage to us. That's a lot less damage than we would take normally. More Anthems of Champions, the kind we can't cast. Now opponent's got plenty of mana for dragons. Lands, am I right? You are right, opponent. We're having different kinds of land problems, though. Alright. I'm gonna make a fish. We're gonna crew this. Okay. We have 1 Anthem online. Frontline Rush is great. Attack. Good game, opponent says. Okay, let's make a couple more tokens. Dalkovan Encampment. Just attack. Heartfire Immolator. Might of the Meek. I think we'll just exile it in response. Opponent scoops. Okay, it looks like they got a bit flooded there, but we also had mana troubles, but we triumphed over mono red, so GG's. Marmot the Virtuous will be on the play. Okay. We got mana, we got a handful of... We got slow mana, but we're on the play, so we'll keep. Fountain Port? Sure, we do want Fountain Ports. Restless Reef. Alright. I'm just gonna run out in Ademi. Wreckage Wicker Folk. 1/3 flying artifacts. When it enters Surveil 2. Alright, they'll probably just block if I attack, because I think they've gotten all their value out of this creature. So what I'll do instead is just play this Frigate, get my Anthem online. Buster Sword. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than equal to the damage without paying its mana cost. A little scary. That is a sword buster, indeed. Alright, they chip in for 3. Hey, what's up, Maven? How you doing? So I think I'll just play another Anthem and attack for 5? Whatever's happening here, I don't like it. It costs 2 to equip this, so they could attack for 3 and then cast a spell for free with mana value 3 or less. Mechanozoa. When this creature enters, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Okay, so they warp that. It's kind of okay. It means they're not equipping their sword this turn and playing any free spells, so... It's normally 6 mana for a 5/5 that does that? Okay. Lose our stun counter. Alright. I'm just gonna Caretaker's Talent. Next turn we can Carrot Cake and start drawing cards. Cryo Shatter. Enchanted creature has -5, -0. When it becomes tapped or is dealt damage, destroy it. Alright, here comes the Buster Sword. So they can cast something 4 or less. Pact Doll Terror. Whenever this creature or another artifact you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It's a 3/4. Alright. We could just Caretaker's Talent again. I think I like Carrot Cake here. Let's get a 3/3, draw a card. Lightning Helix. Doesn't kill either of their creatures. This is a problem. I would like to fight a Get Lost or a Ride's End. On the other hand, gaining 3 life could help us stay alive pretty well. I'm gonna keep it. We draw it. No attack. Just Lumen-Class. So very artifact heavy here for our opponent. Now, I did have a ruinous rampage in my sideboard, which I cut at the last minute. Ruinous Rampage would destroy the Buster Sword. It would get their whole board. No, it wouldn't get the Pactol Terror. Alright, Affinity. Actual Affinity. Okay, I think we'll block here. Oh, I should have made my bunny. Then I could have double blocked. That was an oversight. Yeah, I could have double blocked with my two bunnies. They wouldn't have attacked had I made the bunny, though. So I could Lightning Helix. I also could just block with this 0-4. I don't know what I'm thinking here. Or I could sacrifice Ademi. Let's draw a card. I messed up this block step pretty bad. Carrot Cake. We'll bottom that. We draw. Fountain Port. You know what? It's fine. We'll lose our 3/3. It's really the Buster Sword that I'm really concerned about, like just killing us. The Darkness Crystal. If you non-token creature opponent exiles would die, exile it said and gain 2 life. Okay, then you can put creatures exiled with the crystal into play, but not tokens though. So we're pretty close to cooked. We need to find a ride's end. So we can Carrot Cake, draw 2. Bottom. Voice of Victory, Voice of Victory. Okay. We're gonna take 7 plus who knows what will happen from the Buster Sword. Triumph on our bunny token. Okay, so yeah, that's just lethal. Double removal spells. Okay. So let's get in Exercise, a Braid, Heritage Reclamation. Clarion Conqueror is going to be great. Probably Split Up. We do have a lot of good stuff. Feels bad, man. You know. So let's cut 8 non-sideboard cards. So 1. I think we do have to go down some Anthems here. Definitely War Leader's Call. 2. 3. I want to keep all my Vavs. 4. 5. I guess I have to cut 1 Vav just to make room for all this stuff. Cut Siege. Cut another Frigate. We're down to 6 Anthems. Let's try this. Maybe I'm going too reactive and I should be going more aggro. Exercise is good. Anthems are good. We'll draw stuff, right? We'll keep... We do get a surveil. Frontline rush, yeah. I think I need to shock just for tempo reasons. Get this down now. Alright, get lost is good. So we'll play a tap land and try to flash in this frontline rush. There's a Sprawling Crawler, okay. Let's frontline rush. Make some dudes. I don't want to get lost the Sprawling Crawler. I will instead exercise the Sprawling Crawler. And play another Anthem. Hitting for 6. This Dalkovan encampment's feeling pretty good here. Strategic Betrayal, okay. Cryo Shatter. When it becomes tapped or is dealt damage. I think I'll just play another Anthem. I can still Dalkovan encampment when I declare the attack. Packed Doll Terror is the one that drains us when they cast artifacts. Do I want to get lost it? I don't think so. Alright. Fire up the Dalkovan encampment. We do get the trigger. There's a couple 4/4s. Alright, they do block. We do lose our mobilized tokens. We got a Fountain Port. The Ether Spark. As long as the Ether Spark is attached to a creature, the Ether Spark can't be... Okay. You don't have any creatures to attach this to? Well, we'll absolutely get lost that. Lightning Helix. Alright, let's pass. Chimil. Okay. Alright, we will make a fish. 4/4 fish. I think we'll Lightning Helix you in the face. Alright. This looks like game to me. Attack. Oh, I didn't fire up. I'm so dumb. I didn't activate Dalkovan enchantment. Oh my god. I forgot. Well, they have to block, right? Okay. I think we're still okay. I was just in too much of a hurry there. Yeah, let's go for remarkable readings on this land. Now they're gonna have a sweeper. Watch. Like, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna win this game, right? Right? Yes, we are. Okay. In spite of my minor little punt there, we did get there. So, I think we just run it back. Clarion Conqueror is really good if it survives. This hand's fine. Double Get Lost is a little sucky, but what can you do? I mean, it's Get Lost, you know. Alright. I feel like they might have a counterspell or something. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try to just frontline rush. Alright. Frontline rush. Attack with our tokens. Let's kick a Paw Patch recruit. Maybe they don't have counters. I mean, kind of felt like they did there, but maybe not. Simulacrum Synthesizer. Okay, they're one of those. Let's swing. We want a Fountain Port. We already have one. So, we could Voice of Victory. We could Clarion Conqueror. I think I like Clarion Conqueror. Oil Deep Gear Hulk. Gets to make a construct. Makes us discard a Get Lost, and instead we draw land. The Get Lost gives them artifact tokens, which makes their construct bigger. Which does suck. However, we cannot let this life-linking dude just sit there. So we gotta do it. Get rid of that. The construct becomes a 4/4. We swing with everything. They can eat our big bunny. Take 7. We play Voice of Victory. Pax Doll Terror. Alright. Yeah, Simulacrum Synthesizer is a beast of a card. See, we boarded out our Ruinous Rampage. That's the reason why we're encountering this deck now. And this thing just gives them life every time an artifact enters. That's very bad. And we just draw lands. But I guess we can Dalkovan encampments. Maybe we have enough to just get it through. And I think we're just going Leroy here. Oh no, I forgot to activate the encampment. You have to do it. You have to do it before you declare the attack. No, we don't want those creatures to attack. What's happening here? No. We want to attack with just that guy. Yeah, that was a major mistake. We'll see if that costs us the game. Packed all terror. Dreams us for 2. More than that. Yeah, I think we lost our chance. So if I had used the Dalkovan Enchanter there, the Dalkovan encampments, it would have been attacking with all this. So they had these 2 creatures. They had these 3 creatures. They would have blocked there, there, and there. They would have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if that was lethal or not. Let's make a fish. Maybe if we draw an Anthem, we can get there still. No, we just draw a bunch of lands. Yeah, I don't think we can compete with this. Now they're draining us for 2 every time an artifact enters. Yeah. Well, this is too little, too late, but here we go! Yay! Maybe a couple turns ago this would have been sufficient, but it's not going to be now. Alright, and then we lose on the backswing. Boo! Okay, so you gotta tap Dalkovan encampments before you declare the attacks. Juan, the mighty. We're gonna be on the draw. So here we've got one of our famous Fountain Port draws. Is this a keepable draw? We're on the draw. Yeah, I think so. We can play Ademi. We're on the draw. We just need to find, like, a red or white land. Exile a card. Sure. Let's do... what? Champion of Anthems? I would like to get this siege down. I think I'll do Champion of Anthems. Anthem of Champions. Play this on white. Pilfer. So it looks like a super discardy deck. Takes the siege from us? Okay. I should have played my Dalkovan encampment. No, I want to play Ademi here. Unholy Annex. Okay. Play Ademi. Another Anthem of Champions. Virus Beetle, gonna make us discard. Okay. Another Virus Beetle. Okay. Okay, Voice of Victory. Do I want to attack into these 1/1s? I don't think so. Demon Wall, okay. Yep. Now their Unholy Annex is online. And its talents. Sure, we'll discard Helix. So they start draining us. The Caretaker's talent. Oh, I probably should have... I don't know, this is tough. I certainly want to draw a card here. I could have shocked my Sacred Foundry so that I could activate the Indestructible. Now I can shock to get rid of their Demon Wall. I think I have to do that. Get rid of the wall. We're pretty far behind though. I don't know if we can beat this Bandit's talent. We're already empty-handed. Let's see. They are at 13. Rotten Mouth Viper. We'll just lose 4 life. Ride's End. Alright, we're just passing. Make us discard Ride's End. Another Demon Wall. Okay. Good thing, draw a card. Draw land. Choose up to 2 permanents to lose. This game is gone, I think. Or I could take 8 damage. Yeah, we're dead here. So let's let's exercise. What else? Clarion Conquerors, are those good? They're good against the Demon Wall. I don't know if they work against I don't think they work against Unholy Annex. We want Paw Patch Formation and Heritage Reclamation. I think we'll lose Seam Rip. Like, they probably have Deep Cavern Bats too. Fire Magic would be better to kill their 1/1s. And I think we want to split up as well. So make 7 non-sideboard cuts. War Leader's Call. You know, maybe I'll just bring in 1 Clarion Conqueror. 3, 4. I'm gonna keep in 1 Seam Rip, because it's good against the Demon Wall and possibly against Deep Cavern Bats. Cut a Readings. And again, I think we're gonna have to cut into our Anthems slightly here. Frigate. I think Carrot Cake is just better than Frontline Rush most of the time. Cut 1 Ademi. Let's try this. Again, our mana is pretty awkward. We don't have green mana. We certainly don't want to mulligan against them, though, so I'm keeping. A card that I usually have in my sideboards of white decks is Crystal Barricade. I don't have one, though, in this deck. I could ditch one of these green cards, maybe this Paw Patch Recruit. Alright, let's play a Carrot Cake. Scry, Lush Portico, yeah. Virus Beetle. We'll discard a land. Pay a land and Caretaker's talent. Bandit's talent. Well, I guess we're discarding Heritage Reclamation. Alright, they level it to rack mode. Alright, let's make a bunny. Attack. They block. Alright, let's shock. Play a second Caretaker's talent. So they'll get an extra card this turn. Okay, Seam Rip is good. Let's make a bunny. Draw 2 cards. The green source. Right, and sure. Alright, Windcrag Siege is gonna be great here. There's Preacher. Windcrag Siege, draw some cards. Alright, play a land. Let's attack. We'll give our bunny +3/+0. Pass the turn. They make a demon. Alright, let's draw a couple cards. We want a Lightning Helix. I'll take a Lightning Helix. Dalcoven Encampment. Draw 2 cards. Okay, don't think we're going to be losing to Bandit's talent anytime soon. Mana value 2 or less? Hey, look at that demon token. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, let's just get our tokens all juiced. Attack for 12. They could absolutely have a sweeper, but I kind of don't really care that much at this point. Yeah, we'll play this untapped so that we can Lightning Helix. Okay, that's more like it. I think I want Seam Rip number 2. We'll go down one more Frigate. Yeah. One Frigate. Try it like this. Yeah, we're not mulling against discard.deck. This is a good hand against them. What did we discard first? Sanctum? Or Anthems? Yep, Champions, I think. pilfer. Takes my siege. Alright, let's play Vav. Which removal spell are they going to use, it looks like? Okay. Bitter Triumph it is. Let's Carrot Cake. Ademi. I think we're looking for like a Caretaker's Talent or an Anthem, possibly. I don't know, maybe I should have kept the Ademi, considering there's nothing going on. It is just more pressure. Virus Beetle. Discard. Split up. Attack with our bunny. Okay. Let's pass. Alright, let's make a bunny and scry. We would like a land, I think. Voice of Victory. Actually, Voice of Victory is pretty good. They do have this Soulstone Sanctuary. They can't activate it yet, though. Virtue of Persistence. Bat. Takes our readings. Thinking about blocking with the bat. We'll let this go. Alright, get rid of this bat. Can I draw a land? Alright, there's land. Attack with our bunny. We can't activate this land yet. Okay. Remarkable readings, targeting our mountain. Make 3 tokens. Now we just need to draw Anthems, too. There goes Exercise. Number 1. Okay, Get Lost. Can't activate this yet, so... Sure. We'll do this to a token. Oh, hey. The remarkable readings. Getting in a good chunk there. So now they can activate this land, but I do have a Get Lost for it. Alright, Exercise, there you go. Okay. So I can Dalcoven encampment here, or I can just do my readings. I think I'll just do my readings. Let's put this on white. Let's do our readings here. Attack for 8. And I think we got this one. Yep, 100 degrees. Alright. Getting there against mono black. Alright, our final match will be against Zorgo the Destroyer, who's also an initiate in addition to being Destroyer. Yeah. Man, it's gonna be painful sometimes, but we'll keep. Yes, that's right. Alright, we're against a Storm Chaser's talent deck. Alright, another Prowess deck. Alright, let's just go ahead and seam rip that guy. More Storm Chaser's talents. Okay, we draw lands, that's good. Yeah. If they play VV, we scoop. I don't play against VV. Do I just play the Siege? I just want to play the Siege. Take 2 damage. Opponent's eyeing our Siege. I mean, they really do look like they could be a VV deck, although VV doesn't play this, like the Prowess creatures, really. I think they're just a Prowess deck. Alright, we get our lifelinking token. I think we'll play Storm Chaser's talent and pray. Try to block. Hope that that's enough. You played this Prowess deck, it still had VV. Alright, they stock up. Flood Maw. Okay. Alright, so the Prowess. We want Seam Rip. I think we want Rest in Peace, since they are a Storm Chaser's talent deck. Fire Magic, Torch the Tower, Abrade, Lightning Helix. Probably at least one split up. Possibly Paw Patch formation. Nine cuts. 1, 2, 3. Especially small creatures. Cut 1, get lost. 5. I guess we gotta cut a frigate. Probably a couple of frigates. Maybe one more frontline rush. Oh, I guess we gotta cut 1. Try this. Prowess. Okay, yeah, Voice of Victory, Paw Patch. This is a really good hand. We'll keep. Go with the Paw Patch. There's a talent. I'll offer the trade. Get those prowess creatures off the board. Do a point of damage. I'm actually gonna shock. Play Voice of Victory. There's that guy. We draw Caretaker's talents. Alright, let's Anthem. Attack. Getting a good chunk. Now, we would like to draw some lands, I think. Love to draw an untapped land. Attacking for 2, okay. Sucks to not draw land there. Well, we're certainly attacking. And am I just killing one of these guys or just playing more 2/2s? I want to play some 2/2s. I can do it on their turn. Three steps ahead to draw some cards. They discarded Long River's Pool, so they're a counterspell deck. That's good to know. Aquatic Alchemist. Whenever you cast your first instant or story spell, this gets +2/+0. Okay. Lightning Strike. Okay. Alright, yeah, I think we'll just kill one of these guys. Dalkovan Encampments. They have 2 cards in hand. Alright, let's play Caretaker's talent. You're gonna take a risky line here. Draw a card. Frigate. Okay. Opponent's down to 3. We're at 10. Can they kill us? They just pass. Okay. Well, I think I'll play another Anthem. I think that's GG's. Good game. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do, though, to tip the balance more. Maybe add the carrot cake back just for a little bit more life gain over frontline rush. Yeah, I guess just try it like that. Alright, I like this hand. Voice of Victory is excellent against them. Split Up and Ride Zen are both great. An Anthem, please. There's that guy. I think I'll just kill that guy while I can. There's another one. Alright. Play this tapped. Play Vav. One in stocking up. Only costs 2. Lightning strike. Alright, we're gonna kill that tapped creature. Gonna play a tap land. We've gone through several of those, but opponent has more. Where that came from. Caretaker's talent. So they're representing a counter spell of some kind. They showed Long River's Pool. Okay, it's creature, but if they gift a card, they can counter anything. So, let's play a Paw Patch Recruit. Kicked. Three steps ahead, cost 1 less. Okay, I mean, we knew they had a counterspell, so I think I'd rather have them counter that than Caretaker's talents. I need to draw something. Opt. Lightning strike. Okay, gonna bring me down to 7. Paw Patch recruits. Caretaker's talent. There's the counter. Okay. Paw Patch recruit kicked. thing doesn't have trample or anything, fortunately. We're down to 1 card in hand. Season of Weaving. So they're just gonna copy their dude a couple of times. Trying fire magic there would have been nice. I mean, Anthem. Tap land. No attack. Growl.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm
Gonna make a token.
Thanks for the helping paw.
Alright, let's make a fish. Rest in peace. That's not very good. I guess we'll play it, because we have nothing else to do. Pass the turn. This Row's gonna be tough for us to deal with.
Think big.
Fire magic? That would be a good draw. Storm Chaser's talents. Well, it can no longer
Another genius idea by Raoul.
access the graveyard. That's good. Three steps ahead, copying stuff.
Gotta work with what's available.
Stock up.
I have a plan.
Yeah, their board is pretty gross at this point. I think we're in trouble here. Or we're actually dead, right? Because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. We can block with 4 creatures. The attackers are at least 4 power each, so yeah, GG's. Alright, so is it Prowess got us there? Too bad. Okay, so our final record with the round 3 of the Anthem of Champions was a 3-2. One of those losses, I think I actually could have won had I activated my Dalkovan encampments in the correct timing window. I will confirm or deny that here at this point. So even the games that we lost were really close games. I just think this deck it's so much fun. It's really good. You know, it's strong. There's so much good synergy with tokens that, like, making tokens in standard is a really good thing to do. And I think the 2-mana anthems are really powerful. I think that the premise of the deck is sound. There's a huge difference between 2-mana and 3-mana anthems. The fact that these only cost 2, it just lets you so much more efficiently build up a board that can really capitalize on it, and it makes you very resilient against sweepers. You know, if you have like 4 anthems on the board and like a fountain port, you just have the ability from your mana base to produce, you know, 3 3s or 4 4s. It's really very hard for a lot of decks to deal with that. So, do I like the changes that I made to this deck for this iteration? Well, I think Remarkable Readings is a good card, definitely. And I think Ademi is a good card, definitely. The thing about Ademi in this deck, though, I do really like Ademi, but it might not be the best for this deck, or maybe a 1 of Ademi would be better than a 2 of. The reason is, like, we're already good against sweepers. The real strength of this card is, like, it can protect you against sweepers for 1 mana. That's why I like this card. It's like a heroic intervention on a stick. But our deck is already good against sweepers because we're a token deck. So like you sweep our board, we just crack a carrot cake or activate our fountain port, and we've got a big attacker right away. So we're kind of playing against, rather than fortifying a weakness of our deck with this card slot, we're sort of we're adding a piece where it's not really needed. Like more sweeper tech isn't something that we necessarily need to have. So I could absolutely see replacing one of this with something else. Remarkable Readings I thought was pretty good. I could see this being just a one of also. Like I cut the Elspeths out of this build in order to add those cards. I think Elspeth maybe could be a one of. Like you could cut one in one of these, add an Elspeth back in, and add one other card. One of the cheaper card, maybe Paw Patch number 3, possibly Lightning Helix number 3. Like, Lightning Helix is always a good card to add. Yeah, I don't think we need to double up on both of these new cards, is what I'm saying. I think they were both good. In fact, Remarkable Readings was clutch in one of our wins. But I could absolutely see, like, just having these be one-ofs, and they'd work great as one-ofs. And then in the sideboard, like, we beat Mono Red, but we lost to the Is It Aggro deck. You know, you could play Authority of the Consoles. You could play more Lightning Helix. One thing that, like, since Vivi's going away, I have not been playing High Noon in my, like, Boros sideboards. It's actually still a perfectly fine, good card to play. Like, there's still plenty of decks that want to storm off. There's decks like that Literal Prowess deck that we just played against. There's the Teamer Battle Crier deck that's very popular right now that needs to cast like a whole slew of cards in one turn to win. So High Noon is absolutely a card that could be in the sideboard here, like as a one or possibly two of. So I think that's another change. Try to get a High Noon or two in the sideboard. Shave these down to one copy each and add possibly an Elspeth and another cheap removal spell, or just two other spells and keep it cheaper, you know, don't have the 5-drops. So anyway, I really like this version of the Champion of Anthems. Yeah, this deck is just so much fun. I had to show it off with the new cards, because like I just keep playing this deck off stream because it's so much fun. And it's actually strong and can win some games, so yeah, it's a good deck. It could be a little bit better with the tweaks I propose, I think. But even without those, I think it's pretty good and can win you some games, as we saw. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you liked watching me play round 3 of the Champion of Anthems. If you did and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream Magic the Gathering on my Twitch channel every Tuesday and Friday night. There's a link to the Twitch channel in the description of the video if you want to come check out the action in real time. Anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your week. Catch you next time. Peace out.